Welcome to STH's coverage of South Georgia Tormenta and your Tormenta match review. It was the last week of the regular season, getting ready for the playoffs. Tormenta had to have, going in, at least 1 point, some kind of a result to get into the playoffs, and then it came down to the other matches around them, and when it came to positioning to figure out where it would be when it came to the 2022 postseason in USL League One. So, how did the night end at Tormenta Stadium? Here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at USL League One, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
The last time in the regular season, it's Tormenta and the Red Wolves. It's all to play for. Playoff spots, buys on the line. Buckle in, folks. Here we go. Granted, most of those games, in fact, all but one of them were played at Irk Russell Field. But still just 15 points and a -6 goal difference at home. Trying to reverse that tide here. Ball centered across, all the way through. Shot into the bottom corner. Kingsford Adjei. Well, we told you to watch for that early start. And the Ibises have come up big early. Great work on this outside. Bill Hart combining. They get it across as Sierakowski just draws 3 players in white around him. Watch here, surrounded by 3, no one at the back. Away by Avilés. Jose Espana. Surrounded by 5 in pink and blue. Lays it out beautifully. Palmed out for a corner. No, just a goal kick. Thought he might have gotten some gloves to that one, Bush. What happened? Excellent ball by Espana in the outside channel. And Galindrez, just strikes through it. I believe it comes off. Thorne. Akale. Adjei. All the way across. Sierakowski. Ryan Sierakowski doubles South Georgia's lead. Once again, it's Kingsford Adjei and Akale who come up big. First the ball in, Adjei looks like he's gone away from it all the way in the corner, but no, still serves in a great ball. Controlled so well off the left foot, right-footed in-swinger. Front stick punched away by Bush. Sierakowski, an errant header. Well, unconventional defending. And they are hanging on by a thread here, Chattanooga. Galindrez was right in that danger area, and then look, Espana trying to get it back to his goalkeeper, Avilés. Bill Hard, end line, blocked by Avilés. Adjei turning, double save. A pair of kick saves for Carlos Avilés. Bill Hart touches one around the first defender, lays it out for Akale. Akale blocked with the chest by Avilés. Excellent first touch by the German to separate himself. And then Akale here, so good with those step overs. Might have just used Galindrez. The foul will be given. That should get them across the line. There's Ian Cameron. That bench and these fans getting ready to explode. There's the final whistle.
So the win with the 2 early goals for South Georgia Tormenta puts them in the 3 spot, which means that they are the top seed in the opening weekend of the USL playoffs presented by Hisense. After the match, caught up with a couple of folks, Ryan Sierakowski, Kingsford Adjei, and head coach Ian Cameron. Here are their thoughts on the season and the night and the win against Chattanooga.
First off, what's it feeling like having clinched playoff spot?
It's amazing. I believe it's the first time in the club's history, so it's great to make that history, be a part of it, and I couldn't have asked for a better team to be a part of to do that.
And what has it like been coming here, kind of joining the team mid-season, being a part of this whole experience? What has that been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about gratitude, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to come into a team that welcomed me with open arms right away. And we're out here trying to make history and put a cap on a great season. So we're looking forward to playoffs, and we believe we can make a big dent and a big run in that playoff.
And tell me about the game tonight, kind of what you saw, and also about the goal you scored.
Yeah, I mean, first off, the goal doesn't happen without the team. The work rate and the unity was top notch. So the team was amazing. It's what our identity is. We're the strength in numbers, and we're going to continue like this.
What are kind of your expectations going forward into the playoffs, knowing you got a home game next Saturday here back on brand new stadium, first ever playoff game, obviously. What's that going to feel like? What are your kind of expectations and thoughts right now going into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great environment. We look forward to playing in front of our fans every game. So we're going to feed off that energy, and we're going to take it one game at a time. And we believe that we can get the job done.
Ryan, how long did it take for you to integrate with the game plan here and your role in it, or is it still a work in progress, do you think?
I feel like the coaching staff has brought me up to speed fairly quickly, even though the stats haven't been there on paper for me, but I think I've been creating and contributing in other ways. So I think the game plan that the coaches want me to execute, I've done for the most part, and that's credit to them and the transparency with what they want me to do.
All right, history made. How does it feel?
Honestly, one of the reasons why I came here was to make history. I knew the team had the potential to go far, and I wanted to be part of it. And the lads show class today, like resilience, professional. I feel like it's a privilege to be here, and it feels great.
And the key, obviously, getting off to the hot start, getting the 2 goals early on, kind of put the pressure on Chattanooga, and they were going to have to work uphill the rest of the night. Obviously, part of it, I mean, you couldn't have started with a better start.
Yeah, definitely. Like games like this, you don't want to be chasing. You want to put yourself in a position where the opponent is the one chasing you, because you never know. You can be chasing to the rest of the game, and you see how it ended up for them. So, like for us, when we start games, based on how we play, we try to get early goals, more than one, because one goal is never safe. So that was the aim, get 2 goals early, and if we can get 3, get 3. So that was the goal, and we executed it really well. So I feel like the team did pretty good on that.
You got yours early, then Ryan got one too. And obviously for someone who comes into the middle of the action like Ryan, to get that, make him feel more at home with what you guys have been accomplishing. Big night for him too. Yeah,
definitely. Ryan's been a great part since he's joined the team. Like his unselfish runs, his work rate, it's been great. And that's his first goal. I'm really happy for him because he's been really searching for that goal since he joined. And I'm glad that it was this game that he got it from, because it's an important game for us. We needed to win to make history, and he showed up today. Class. I think he was really class today.
What did you see on your goal?
Say that again?
What did you see with your goal?
What did I see? We worked on it our training, so we knew how to get goals in the box. Like, double runs, going to the back post, coming for cutbacks. So I knew what my player was going to do whilst he was on the ball on the other side. So I just had to aim and make sure I put it on target. So for us, you put it on target, you never know what happens.
Now you got a home playoff game coming, new stadium, all these different new and first things. Once again, another stage in the building of the process. How does it feel?
It feels great, honestly. We've had senior players in the team, and the way they've talked to us, like how it used to be back days, and how they've been waiting for this stadium to be built, how they've been waiting for teams to build a team, how add more players so that we can make playoffs, make history, and it's happening. Like I feel like this team has the potential to go really far in this organization. I'm proud to be part of it. We're really family, we're really together. Everyone, we get on pretty well. It's exciting that the season comes really quick, and I feel like we started really well, and it's always important to end really well, because everyone could start well, but who are the people to end pretty well? And I feel like that's what we had in our mind. We start well, we end well, and we know we'll get the results.
What's made this team so special?
I feel like it's the bond that we have. Like, it's unreal. Like, I've played in so many places, but it's really like family oriented. You know, even we spend so many times going to the community, like going to the school, spend time with the kids, and it makes their day. Like, we really connected on and off the field. We and the staff members are really, you know, linked quite well together. We make banter with our coaches. I feel like it feels special to be here. Like, I'm privileged, honestly, I'm privileged to be here, and I can't express that enough.
Kind of the scoreboard watching was outlawed for a while to start the night because you wanted to take care of business yourself. You did. It was the hot start that got you started.
Yeah, look, the Chattanooga are an exceptionally talented team, but the guys stuck to the game plan and transition. They were fantastic, and we created, although they had the possession of territory, we knew that, we conceded that to create really clear chances, and I thought we had the best chances of the game by far, and ever so proud of the boys. And two guys that joined us halfway through the season, and McQuelly and Ryan, both had big saves, and that's what we ask of these boys. It wasn't easy to join a group like this because it was a group that was doing well, but to come in and add that quality mid-season was a big boost, to be honest.
When it came to their integration, how long did it take for them to get to full song with a group that had already been together? How long did it take for them to understand what you wanted to do and assimilate the way that you wanted?
Well, I think there's two things. One, our group of boys are really, really nice, salt of the earth group of boys. So their ability to welcome people in, make them feel comfortable, is a big way, and that's the one. They basically come to the gate, come to the door for these boys. Now, Ryan and McQuelly in particular, they came in with humility, worked the backside off to begin with, and then showed the quality that they needed to actually become part of the group. So it was a marriage of both, but our boys opened the door and made an environment that's welcoming, and those boys rose to the top to show, hey, I'm worth adding, please add me.
How does it feel to be a part of history?
Oh, it's cool. It's cool, but I think what we have to be really, really conscious of is, and we've said it many times before, and it's not lip service, is that my staff and this current group of players are the ones that get to be the ones that broke through the history. But before us, Ben Frakely was a massive part of this academy, and was the one that kind of motivated Darren and Nitra and Jeff to start the club because of his coaching. And then John Millerese took them from a USL PDL to a USL2 into professional ranks. They all laid the foundation, and we're just the kind of benefactors that come along and get to do the fun stuff, you know. So we're very grateful to all of them for the foundations that they've laid.
What did you see on the field tonight from your team? How do you feel like they're looking going into the playoffs next week? What are your thoughts on their form and their performance?
Bundles of desire. They had absolute bundles of desire, and we had the power rankings showed we had the hardest schedule to finish over the last 5 games. Went to Omaha, got man sent off unfairly, got a result. Should have been Richmond until the last minute. We played all the top teams, beat Chattanooga, who are probably the most talented team in the league. So, and when the business end of the season, I think that's us undefeated in 5. And with 3 wins, 2 draws, that's the business end is when people show up, and our boys showed up. So that's the trajectory that we take in. Unlucky not to get the bye, but that's okay. We got a home berth. We give this brilliant crowd another opportunity to come out and support us, and then we march on.
What is it that makes this team special to you? What do you see from this team, these players, that makes this a special group?
The locker room, their work ethic and training, and the way they conduct themselves in the locker room with each other, the togetherness, the willingness to abide by the rules that are created, the rules that they've created for themselves. These little dynamics that just make a group be able to be the best version of themselves. And I'm not saying that outdone themselves because they can reach these heights, but those are the margins that really matter. And I'd also say I'm very, very blessed to have, I'm not saying because they're just here, but owners are very supportive, front office are fully involved, and a young coaching staff that's with me who work tirelessly and give some details that I would have never thought of. So there's so many people given to this group of boys, and they themselves are a special group that they can't help but be successful.
So your 2022 USL League One playoffs presented by Hisense, your quarterfinals schedule is as follows. On the 22nd, 7 o'clock at Tormenta Stadium, Charlotte Independence come to town. 7:30, Union Omaha has to travel to CHI Memorial Stadium to take on Chattanooga Red Wolves. And then the lower seed goes to Richmond. The higher seed goes to Greenville. Those games at 6 o'clock at City Stadium on the 29th and 7:30 in Greenville at Legacy Early on the 29th. And then you proceed from there to your championship. That's your look at the USL League One playoffs presented by Hisense. watch the League One playoffs on ESPN+. But for those of you that want to make it to Tormenta Stadium, get your tickets now. October 22nd, 7 o'clock. It is South Georgia Tormenta, Charlotte Independence in the first round of the playoffs in USL League One. Once again, thanks to everybody at South Georgia Tormenta, Darren Van Tassel, Edmund Pintor, the entire staff of South Georgia Tormenta for letting us come and crash the party. And we got a result to talk about to lead you into the quarterfinals in USL League One. That's the story from Statesboro, Georgia, and from Tormenta Stadium. I'm just John Nelson. Thanks for hanging out with us for your Tormenta match review. Now it's time for the playoffs in USL League One. Play it safe, everybody. Enjoy your game.